Cork 7 truck driver, grab. The same trick that I blew my knee out on in 2009 in December in Finland. And I got a good jump, I got a really good landing. I've been jumping this afternoon and probably got 40 jumps this winter, so I'm ready to try the grab for the first time since '09. So basically, my goals for next year are obviously to get back in the gate and compete, and I'd like to try to transition to the same level that I went out on, as in the World Cup in December '09 when I blew my knee. So that's going to be my #1 goal, is to get in the gate, compete again, get a good solid block of training this summer and fall, and just be as prepared as possible for December and try to get my spot back on World Cup. Yeah, I mean, Olympics is the pinnacle of our sport. That's the highest level of competition, and that's going to be in Russia in 3 years. And yeah, definitely that's on my list of things I'd love to do. This injury has kind of taught me to not plan 3-4 years in advance as a whole. So now I'm going to just kind of be working on shorter term goals, like I said, getting back to the level that I want to compete at. And if I stay healthy and get back to where I want to be, then absolutely, then I'd love to make a run at 2014 for sure.
You know, it took a bit before you realized he was really talented, but he has a lot of natural spring in his jumps, and that's probably the first thing that showed up, is he can hit the jump at the same speed as another kid, and he'll always go bigger, farther, higher. And I think he skied more, and he commented to me that he free skied more this year than he had in the last 7 years combined that he'd been on the U.S. ski team. And it really shows he's skiing really well right now. He's really ready to go back and train with the team. And I think what he's learned is that it's not all about competing in the course. It's about going out and skiing, and keeps your balance and your mind fresh. And I think he'll do a lot more free skiing now. Realize he needs to enjoy it. And not only, you don't just enjoy it, but it makes you better, and you'll do better competing. Works exceptionally hard. A friend of mine I used to ski with when I was younger is now the head freestyle team coach. And he called me a head mogul coach, and he told me that Landon's one of the hardest workers he's ever had. So, I mean, that's the key to his success, aside from natural ability, is the willingness to work really hard at it. So, I mean, that's the ticket right there. Mix those two together and you got something.
Well, I guess I met Landon when he was probably 10 or 11. He became a skier on our team, Missoula freestyle team here, and was just, another one of the little kids, but he was a kid that kind of stood out because super talented skier when he was young. And it's like all the kids on our team get a nickname, So he could either be flower or vegetable, because his last name is Gardner. He chose vegetable, so for like his entire young part of his life, he was veg. Well, he still is actually for a lot of people, but I mean, he was just a talented kid, like the kid that would charge super hard all the time,
I'd coach freestyle for free. I mean, I know they pay me, but you don't really make any money, but it's neat to see those guys go from, barely knowing how to ski to, world class, top of their game, best in the world skiers, And Landon is definitely one of those guys that's best in the world, a lot of people don't realize how good of skiers they are until you go up to, like Blackcomb, and everybody's skiing together, and you're like, wow, I'm standing here with the best of the best. And Landon's one of those guys standing there. Landon worked really hard. I mean, that was a whole different deal for him. He earned everything he got. And that's the difference between, I think, Landon as an athlete and other, U.S. team athletes. Landon wasn't born to ski. He earned it and worked hard.
When I get to go ski with someone like Landon, when we get to just go charge full speed, it's like something else. It's something that I forgot how much I like it, how fun it is to have somebody that can ski like faster than you, that'll push you.
You know, I don't know if this is the greatest story, but the story I do remember, him and Pete one night got a hold of a couple for a couple of weeks.
I mean, he made it, like once he got into those bigger waters, he did well right away, you know? So it was, I mean, it was fantastic. It was really cool to see, like he's the first kid that came like really out of our program that made it, you know? And he's, you know, he's still by far the best skier that this mountain has ever produced.
He was always moving furniture to get taller, to get higher, and he loved to jump. He modified a little pair of skis and adjusted the bindings on them, and would just spend countless hours on the trampoline as a little kid. And he would do that even after he'd been skiing, like all day long. He would come home and still just constantly just go out there for another hour or so and just jump. And then we had a barn that he would jump out of the drawer, what would be a door or a hayloft, and jump onto the trampoline with his skis and do his flips and jumps. And so he was always, that was just something that Landon did.
He always liked to go fast and jump. We could tell he was that he was obviously talented, but we had no idea that he would take it to the level that he did.
A lot of times I don't watch, and I will just close my eyes and I'll have dark glasses on. I really won't watch it. I'll just base my, I guess, emotions on the crowd, because you can always tell. And then usually most of the competitions, they have it on that great big screen as well. So it's pretty hard not to watch, but I do a pretty good job of just remaining calm and closing my eyes until it's over with. So I do have a hard time watching him, yeah.
You know, his injury was devastating, of course, not only to him, but to all of his fans and the family. But he's come a long way with it, and I think that it's actually made him stronger and than ever.
He's always had such a focus. I mean, no matter what Landon has chosen to do, he would actually raise the bar even more and achieve it. And he's the kind of guy that really sets his mind, if he wants to get something done, he'll get it done.
Snowball's rad. Montana's a great place to live. You know, hopefully when my competitive skiing career definitely ends and I've found a different direction to go for the shorter long term, that I'll definitely be back up at Snowball in some capacity, coaching or skiing or doing something up here.